Welcome back, everybody, to Studio Life. Back for another episode of looking at some plugins again. As I said in the previous episode, this is, I think, the very last episode I'm going to be shooting in the studio looking like this. I'm ripping everything out. A bunch of new stuff going in. I'm going to talk you all through the new setup once it's all here. Hopefully, in my mind, I think that's going to take me 24 hours at the most. It might not. It might take a lot longer. We'll see. There's a lot of cabling behind there and there's a lot more going in, and it's all new furniture, and I probably should give the whole place a proper hoover and clean while all this stuff isn't here. So it might take a bit longer than that, but I'll definitely be back next week in the new looking place. So that's kind of exciting. Anyway, back to today. What are we looking at? Well, today we're looking at something someone suggested in the comments, which often means no one will watch this video. But hey, you never know. You might. This is something from Mastering the Mix. They make some interesting mix tools, mastering tools, things that can help you. They're quite often a bit left field in the way they work. And this is no different. This is Faster Master. Let's find out. Is it? So yes, Faster Master. I love seeing mastering plugins that just do mastering for you as a mastering engineer. That's really nice to see that. Not. But, however, generally, I'm pleased to say most of the time they can do something that might be useful, but they're never, so far as I've seen yet, replacing a mastering engineer's ears or experience or talent generally. Anyway, this is another one. Let's see what it's all about. Does it do the thing? Does it do your masters faster and for free pretty much once you bought it? Let's find out. So as you can see, it's another kind of odd looking interface. It's got no recognizable kind of controls on it as such. There's a big analyze button in the middle, and basically what you do is you play your track through it and it tells you to play the loudest 20 seconds of your track. You press analyze and it slowly chugs away and it comes up with a preset for you. Comes up with the sound of your master. At that point, I mean, this is the interesting thing. The master that it gives you, I'll tell you now, I tried it on a bunch of different stuff. Not once did it give me anything vaguely usable. It was always pretty terrifyingly toppy, overly loud, overly squashed. I was, honestly, the first half an hour I was playing with this, I'm like, well, this is rubbish. What a waste of time. And then I started playing with it a bit more, and I found that actually there's more to it. What you need to do, once it's analysed your track, the resulting horrendous sound that you get isn't where you stop working. What you do next is you click on the select a preset and you select one of the presets, and it basically uses the analysis for your track and then applies this to it. At which point, everything starts to sound a lot better. So, you know, if it's an electronic track, that's quite a good place to go. If it's a, you know, hip hop rap track, pick that one. If it's a house track, pick that one. There's a bunch of different ones. Have a try and get the one that's nearest to your genre, but experiment with others, because I found it to be wildly different. And all of a sudden it started kind of making sense. If you want to get stuck in yourself, you can. As you see along the bottom here, there's an EQ section. There's a bunch of nodes which you can move around. Now, I don't know why it was throwing so much top end at a lot of my tracks. You'll see it in the demo at the end. It's a bit frightening. I've had to fast forward bits so you don't have to sit through all the analysis. But yeah, it was like, whoa, what are you doing? It was making everything so bright and crushed. But yeah, once you then apply a preset, it does interesting things. But yeah, back to it. The EQ, you can adjust that yourself. Transients is separate to compression, so that's kind of nice that it gives you those two different chances to sort of sort out the dynamics. You've then got the stereo where it splits it into like a multi-band, and it did every time massively widen the top end, and I don't always think that's the way to go. I get it, that's what people like to hear the sound of a lot these days, but sometimes it ruins things, so keep an eye on that. And then finally there's a limiter, so you can dig in there and change all those settings manually you want, if you want. But as I say, generally, as long as you choose the right kind of preset, it's a lot closer. The analysis, and then it just says, you know, this is your master. It's like, damn, it's scarily wrong. I've been online and read some comments of other people who've looked at this just to make sure I wasn't using a broken version or something. Yeah, everyone says the same. It's like, it's just a bit odd, the analysis at first, because it turns your track into something terrifying. You then apply the preset and all makes sense. Do I think it replaces a mastering engineer? No, of course it doesn't. It doesn't come anywhere close to replacing a mastering engineer. What it does do, as the name might imply, is very quickly give you something which is maximized and loud enough and has got the right amount of oomph that if you just want to play it as like a version to play to people, send to people, for now, it's pretty good at that. I would say on the limiter page, it's quite interesting. You can kind of set where it's going to be luff-wise. You're going to need it because it just slammed everything that I put through it to, like, you know, very loud, like -6. It's like, I don't want things that loud. A lot of the stuff I'm working with doesn't need to be that loud. That's crazy. So make sure you tweak it to be what you want it to be. But yeah, it can do some clever stuff. Demo-wise, 15 days, 1 day more than you would expect. So can't argue with that. And price-wise, 49 quid. No sales, none of that. That's just the price. I like that. We don't need sales. We don't need a big price in order to feel lucky to get it for a smaller price. Just give us a decent price to begin with. And they have. 49 quid, very fair. I don't think you can argue with that. I should mention it was made in conjunction with David Guetta and Nicky Romero, two sort of well-respected dance music guys. Did they get involved in it? Who knows? But they put their names on it, and I can sort of see why. For a DJ, if you're working on tunes and you just want to bang something on it so that you can play it in your set tonight, yep, this will do the job. This will do the job. It's not replacing traditional mastering, but as an alternative to something, I don't know what else you'd use. There's other plugins around that do similar stuff. It's pretty good at what it does. Star rating, that's very tricky. I'm going to go 3 stars, and mainly because I don't think it's not groundbreaking. There's other stuff that does this. It does a half decent job. Realistically, those of us that enjoy sound engineering, those of us that are either mix or mastering engineers, are probably going to want to do this with our own separate tools ourselves. This is going to be a quick fix for people that either don't want to or don't know how to, and for that, I understand. It makes sense. But yeah, 3 stars I think is fair on this one. And yeah, go check it out. Faster Master from Mastering the Mix. Anyway, if you could like the video, that really helps. If you could subscribe to the channel, that helps even more. You can go and check out my Instagram, Mixdown Mastering. Go and see what I get up to all week. There might even be some photos on there of the whole transformation that's happening in here. There's also the website Studio Life, where we've got our top 5 plugins, and there's also information on the courses on mixing and mastering that I do, and yeah, a whole bunch of other stuff on there. Anyway, take one last look, because it's going to change. Anyway, that's all for now. Watch the demo coming up. I'll see you next time when the studio will look completely different. Adios, people.
You're calling my phone, I'm being patient, but I'm all alone. Staying faithful and I'll never know when you're coming back around. When you're coming back around. When you're coming back around. You got me saying words in my head, filling my mind with these images, yeah. And it's the way that you look at me, makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh no, it ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh no, you're calling my phone.